have the receiver set up?
Yeah. All right, you're good now.
Are you sure?
We good?
100%
All right.
Okay, so
Everyone can hear you now.
everyone can hear us now. All right. You can blame Ross for that.
Okay, you should have audio now.
There we go. All right, cool.
Yep.
Oh, you fixed it. Yep.
Yep,
Good.
we're speedy.
All right, here we go. We got it figured out.
Speedy with the recoveries.
I can hear you. Oh, that's good.
Oh my gosh, my phone's getting off. I don't need all that.
All right, guys, send us your questions. We'll get right through them. Eric, did you write out the other ones? Check, check, check. Y'all need a new IT guy. Nah, we just need to hit the button. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, hello there. Hello there.
Tell them that this is our feature to get more engagement. We just don't have audio for the first 10 seconds. So everyone comments it.
Yeah, we're just trying to get engagement, guys.
Yeah, if you didn't know, we purposely have technical difficulties so that you guys comment.
So you guys can all tell us that there's no audio, and it's actually better analytics for us.
Wow, so
Yeah.
smart.
We're playing 4D chess with Meta.
No, we're kidding. We always appreciate you guys for letting us know that we mess up.
Any giveaway in this episode? I think next week's the giveaway, right?
Not this one.
Yeah, next.
I was disappointed to hear that
Next-
it wasn't this one.
Next week's live is the giveaway. However, there is a giveaway this week if you show up to Bolt Bash on Saturday, October 12th. It is this Saturday. It's finally here. Been talking about it for a month, 2 months, 3 months.
The Bolt Bash?
Yeah, the Bolt Bash.
That's been a minute.
Yeah,
man.
it's been a while. So it's finally here. It's coming to Saturday. If you guys don't know what it is, we're going to have a ton of different industry people here. We're going to have a few different personalities here. It's going to be a giant swap meet for everybody in the area. So bring your old stuff, get rid of it, try and make some money off of it.
The giveaways are insane.
Come hang out with us. And the raffle giveaway is probably the biggest one you will ever participate in outside of Airsoft Con.
Yes.
I feel pretty confident in saying that.
I would have to agree. It really is incredible.
And then, like, we HPA'd a ton of guns for this event. Like, we HPA'd a ton of guns to give away for this event because we got a ton of engines in to give away. We got a ton of different bodies, and we just HPA'd them. We just put them together, so you guys would have some crazy cool prizes.
Yeah, I figured, like, having a functional HPA rifle's a lot cooler than winning something, 2 things at the Bolt Bash, then turning around and asking us if we can install it.
Exactly.
So we do that proactively, and you get to go home with a functioning HPA rifle. And there's a lot of them. Like, a lot of them, which is crazy. Swap meet, be good to me. I need an HPA AK. Someone will probably have one there, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't think we have any giveaway HPA AKs.
AG AK, but not an HPA one.
Right.
Yep.
The E&L AK is being given away, so maybe you could pick up a cheap HP engine at the swap meet and then install it if you win the engine.
Yep.
Wow.
Or
So
just-
many options.
Yeah, or just bring it to us. and
I'm selling a body. That's an empty hollowed out AK.
There you go.
Eric is selling a body. But yeah, so guys, come down, stop by. If you guys haven't been to swap meet or like Bolt Bash, it's just like a giant hangout. The field's going to be running if you guys want to get some gameplay in. If you guys are basically in the Pittsburgh area or not from the Pittsburgh area, you just kind of want to have a chance to hang out with all of us. Like, all of us are going to be here. We're all just going to be chilling. It's just going to be a fun time. Come down, hang out with us. It's going to be a cool Saturday for everybody.
It's always a blast.
Yeah.
You talking about 1861? No, we're talking about our event here in Pittsburgh,
Yep.
the Bolt Bash, which is our big annual swap meet.
And yes, we are going to 1861 as well. We have a crew that just left today for 1861. They are on their way out there right now, and they'll be on site for that. So anybody going to 1861, we will be on site for that.
Maybe next year Zulu Outdoor will come hang out for Bolt Bash.
Yeah, if you didn't plan Crossroads the same weekend, I blame you, Anthony, and Dave.
How dare y'all?
We will have this event on the second weekend of October until we don't. I mean,
I think you guys did it on purpose.
I think they did.
I think they did it on purpose.
Yeah, why'd they do
Not my
this?
call. BS.
Not my, yeah.
BS. I don't care.
It's a very bold claim. Yeah, I had no choice.
He's over there being like 6 feet deep into broken boss units and like, not my call. I'm getting like snaps from him. He's just like, I have all these boss units. They're fine. If you guys are getting a boss unit, they're all fine. I'm messing around because I just like making fun of Jordan. But he's just like sending me chats. He's like, I have so many of these things. I gotta get out of here.
I am a boss unit.
To be fair, I've been to Bolt Bash before. It was called Bolt Bash. That's how I got the amped body for my Kythera. Ooh, yeah. The amped body is rare.
I have one.
Yeah, so I have one.
They're cool. The VFC collab. I wish we'd do it again.
I wish we would do it again.
Those were
Seriously.
sick.
They were expensive to get, dude.
I know.
Those are very expensive to get.
Oh, hello, friend. Welcome to our live. What are you laughing at?
I just like, he is correct with that, as in Jordan's knee deep in boss units trying to get them out.
Wish I could make it out there.
You interested in a collab? We do not do any collabs on the live.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Hi, guys.
Oops is watching the video.
Hot off the press.
Oh, boy! Let's see what we got.
Some
What?
meters in there.
All right.
Let's see if we can get one rolling.
Should I start from the top?
I mean, yeah, go. Just read through it.
All right. Apparently, the new ASG Scorpion Evo is going to be a Sportline model. Thoughts?
I think we need more Sportline right now. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, it's always a great concept, especially getting people into different types of airsoft guns and kind of widening the option set for new players beyond M4s and AKs.
Yeah.
So I think that's actually pretty cool. I think the Scorpion Evo is perfect the way it is, though.
I think the Scorpion Evo is a perfectly priced thing for what it gives you. I think it's awesome. The features set is very large. The quality is very good. The performance is great. That being said, I think what we're seeing with the market right now, people want lower priced guns. Sportline guns, oftentimes, they try and add more plastic into the body instead of metal parts to make them a little bit more affordable to manufacture. That's not normally a bad thing, especially if you're trying to get an entry-level gun. And I feel like a lot of people right now, with how the economy is and with how the industry's going, I feel like a lot of people want more of an affordable gun than something with all the bells and whistles, you know? So I think it's smart for a company to come out with a Sportline version of a gun that has been one of their crown jewels for the longest time.
Yeah, I agree. I think that it just, who doesn't want more options?
Yeah.
Bottom line. What's it hurting?
Yeah,
if it
and it's getting
exists.
new players into a different platform too that they might not be able to afford that really $450, $500 gun. That's a pricey gun.
It is an expensive gun.
Scorpion's one of the most expensive AEGs you could grab right now.
Yeah, it does come with a lot of features. It is like
Yeah.
worth the price.
I would say it's one of the few that are priced that way that's actually worth the price for all the features that it has.
I agree. I completely agree. But I think it's a pretty good aspect to have coming into the industry.
Made in Denmark.
Made in Denmark. Let's see. Anything here? You guys gonna pick up any of the Gorilla Fusion trigger boards?
We do have a lot of Gorilla parts coming in right now, so we should be having those in within the next month or so. We have a giant order with Gorilla that we've been waiting on to come in, so that's probably part of it.
I didn't know they were making that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Gorilla stuff's awesome. Can't go play this weekend because of the aftermath of Helene toxic air in northern North Carolina.
Oh my God. I'm sorry for you guys down there. Hopefully you guys are doing okay down there. I mean, I'm glad to see if you're on the live, that means you're probably doing better than some. But hopefully everything is not as bad as I've been hearing it is down there for you in particular and all the families down there. If you guys don't know about what happened with Hurricane Helene, and it might be getting, kind push out of your mind at this point with Milton about to make landfall in Florida. But we do have a Hurricane Helene relief line up if you guys would like to purchase something to help support the ongoing efforts to rebuild down there. 50% of all the money spent on that specific line is going to go to Samaritan's Purse, which is an organization helping out down there that a lot of people that I have spoken with say that if we're going to give to any organization, it should be that one. So that's why we went with them. But if you guys are trying to help out in any way with the recovery effort of the eastern side of Tennessee and the western side of North Carolina and Virginia area, go grab that line. Like I said, 50% of all the money going to that is going to Samaritan's Purse to help with that.
And you get a line. And
you get a very cool line, and you can say that you helped in some way.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I hope all you guys are doing as best you can down there. Let's see. My boss last minute canceled my vacation for Bolt Bash. Should I just skip work? If you
give me details on that.
Yeah.
Why did he cancel it last minute? Did you put in enough time? And if you totally put in enough time, I really want to know what his reasoning was for pulling your vacation.
Yeah. We need a little bit more.
I want to know the juicy details of that.
Probably just too valuable.
Probably, but I want to know.
Let's make sure. Yeah, call out sick. There you go. Problem solved.
Yeah, unfortunately, for some reason, I'm sick on the day I requested off.
That won't look suspicious.
Yeah.
Do you think HPA will become more affordable to get in the future?
Yes.
Well, the future is now.
Yes.
Old man.
If you guys don't know what the Phoenix engine is, the Live actually allowed us to find that engine and hook up with Backdraft Innovation. Aiden, he will actually be here with his buddy at Bolt Bash. If you guys want to talk about somebody who is trying to bring something affordable to the market, he has a single solenoid, unique HPA unit that gives you all the features of a Jack, F1, or Inferno, or any single solenoid unit. And for a very, very low cost of, I think it's $250.
There it is, right there.
Yeah, $250.
Hit us with the.
Yes.
But yeah, so you can get an HPA cheaper than ever before, and you don't really sacrifice anything.
Yeah.
By doing it.
You get. I mean, we've tested it. If you guys want to see our review on it, we have it on our YouTube. He has a bunch of different. If you guys just want something to watch that's hysterical, just go watch Aiden's. Go watch Backdraft Innovation's YouTube page. He is very informative and very hysterical, and I love watching his videos. But for an HPA unit for $250 is quite affordable, and you're not really sacrificing really anything if you buy it. It's on par with all the other units on the market.
And you can get an IGL for it.
Yeah, we made a custom IGL just for it.
Yes, sir. So here we go. That's okay. I put in 120 hours of paid time off, even time off. Then they laid me off, so I'm moving to Indiana. Sad to not get to go to Bolt Bash, though. Put it in 3 weeks ago, the day I got the job. Didn't know anyone else has off until yesterday, when he canceled it, saying there's too many people that had off. Just me and one other guy. Boo.
So basically, lowest man on totem pole, too many people calling off. That's kind of on them for saying you were allowed to in multiple booking. If they said you were allowed to, that's on them.
Yeah, that's pretty lame.
I mean, it's also like, if your manager's not coming in to cover when you guys are off, that's on him because he made the mistake and approved it. I'd say it's on him, but if you just got the job, then I would probably stay there if you value the job. But that's my take on it.
I agree. I mean, if you've worked for it or tried to get it, and you
Fuck
just
that. Leave. Come to Bolt Bash. Bolt Bash is more important than profitable income.
But
don't listen to Eric. Why don't you guys have retail stores around the states?
We don't have retail stores around the states because opening a retail store in a different state or country even is very expensive to do. You're not just talking about trying to lease a area to open up a retail store, but then that area needs to be populated enough to, or have a big enough airsoft population to make sense for us to open it. A lot of the reason we don't do it is because we go to so many national events that we hit a lot of different areas of the country. So it doesn't really make a lot of sense for us to open up in a different area because we end up in those areas a few times of the year.
Right.
So it's a lot of money to try and open up another retail store. I mean, even if you're new starting a business and you're trying to open up one for yourself, it could be quite small for honestly the first 10 years of that business. It's hard to get growth. We could probably do a little bit better because we're already a known brand.
Right.
So we could get a little bit more traction in a certain area, but it would still be very costly to set one up. And it doesn't make a lot of sense for us financially right now to do that.
No, especially with the traveling, like Tom said, we're already there.
Yeah, the traveling to events, if you don't go to events, then yeah, you probably can't see us. But if we are going to an event in your area and you didn't grab a ticket for the event or something like that, but they allow you onto the site, you can come to our mobile retail store and shop with us if you're looking for something.
Yeah.
Or if you wanted to, some people have done this in the past, you can do a order online and we'll do on-site pickup at an event, and you can drive from your house, pick it up at the event, and not play the event. I've had some people where they've done pickup events, and I'm like, oh yeah, I just live 30 minutes away, so I was just going to pick it up from you guys.
Yeah.
Save on shipping and everything.
I was going to say, save a few bucks on shipping, get to come out, see an AO. It's kind of a cool trade-off.
Especially if you're buying pyro. Hazmat shipping's crazy expensive.
Yep. That's probably the best course of action is that. I'm hoping the Wolverine shotgun is under 1,000, but I'm guessing it will be over.
We have no idea, but projectively, I literally don't know. They have not told me how much it is. I'm glad they're not, because I can kind of just talk freely about it.
Yeah.
The 308 is around $1,000, which is their newest gun platform they came out with.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at the shotgun, the low receiver uses a 308. Low receiver uses the same electronics and everything that the 308 is using, so this is public knowledge, basically. There's licensing on top of it. There's other companies involved to be able to have that licensing, and this is also brand new technology. I'm expecting it to be over $1,000 if I'm basing my estimate off of the analogous system, which is the 308. I'm expecting it to be a few $100 over $1,000.
I think that's probably where it would land if
Yeah.
I were to take a guess. But
I will be shocked if it's not.
yeah. Someone said, is it a tri-shot or a single-shot shotgun? Neither.
It is an 8-shot
Mag-fed.
shotgun. It's not a burst per se, so if you think of like, it's a singular barrel, and there's 8 BBs in a row. However, the way that the air works in the barrel, it creates turbulence, and when they all come out, they actually come out as one giant group, which is very weird how the technology works, but it does actually work that way, even though they all are in one line in front of another. So it does, in theory, a lot of people are going to think it's operating like a burst fire. The fact that they're 8 in line and the way that the air pocket moves down the barrel, it turns it into one grouping as it comes out. It doesn't actually operate like a burst. It does operate like a giant cloud of 8 BBs, which is honestly the truest way that a shotgun could perform.
Yeah, it is the most shotgun of shotguns.
Yeah, and it has the most effective range of most shotguns right now that we've tested.
Yeah.
Outside of, I think, Sega 12 might have the farthest effective range.
I
think when we were doing a bunch of tests on shotguns.
So very, very cool. It should be. I'm excited to see it on the field.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm super excited. I think they're probably going to be running it this weekend. Just against. Yeah.
Dope.
The Wolverine shotgun has an HPA unit in it, right? Yes, it is its own proprietary HPA system that is built into the actual hop-up and barrel of the gun. It is called the Havoc engine. It's a very, very cool engine. It's very simple in how it operates, but very cool, very efficient.
Yeah. I think once it's fully released, we'll learn every inch about that shotgun, which I'm excited to learn more about it. Vic, you're welcome, and thank you for the comment on your order. I did see it. You're always leaving me nice little notes.
Oh
even
yeah,
though
Vic's awesome.
I don't fulfill the orders. Let's see, what else we got here? Does Airsoft have gas blowback ARs? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, GHK makes good ones. WeTech you can get into. Tokyo Marui.
KWA.
KWA. G&G has
G&G.
some.
Oh, G&G's coming out with a newer upgraded
Right.
version.
So,
If you want an electric one, there are electric blowback ones, but the majority of those, the bolt doesn't reciprocate. It's just felt recoil and a few other features. There are some very expensive electric recoil ones where the bolt does move. They're really cool. I would not recommend anybody buying that for a training purpose. I would just buy a gas blowback at that point.
yeah, VFC.
VFC.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah, you can definitely get an M4. Sorry for my sneeze. Tried to cover the mic. Can I HPA a Walmart Springer?
Yes. With a hope and a dream and duct tape.
See, the thing about the questions of HPAing or modifying random airsoft guns is you can do anything you want with the right amount of time, effort, and money.
And dremeling.
Correct.
If you have a Dremel and a dream,
Yep.
you could probably HPA it.
A Dremel and a dream. Any cool new eye and face pro coming out in the near future? Feel like it's been kind of stagnant. Also, how are the HK Army masks?
I will agree that it's been a little stagnant as far as iPro goes. I think the NB Tactical has been out for probably, what, a year and a half now
Give
that
or
we've been
take.
carrying it.
Mm-hmm.
The NB Tactical's probably been the coolest thing that's been the change for Face Pro just because of how it fits. It's not anything relatively new, but the way that it fits and the way that the entire baklava and face mesh system works, I think is probably the newest thing. There's some interesting stuff going on with integrating fans into Face Pro.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. There's not a lot of new eye-catchy stuff coming on as far as that goes, though.
I mean, I think the HK masks are actually pretty decent.
Yeah, I
from what
agree.
I understand.
I agree. I think they're probably on par with the die. The thing that I've been told about, and something I've noticed when I put one on, is they don't have the same low of cut of the lens, so it feels like you don't have as big of a field of view. That's about the only negative I've heard, but the thermal on them is the same as a die, so they don't fog the same way that a die doesn't fog.
Right.
So I would say they're probably very, very good in hard use and long-term use.
Yeah. Guys, I'm back.
Oh my God, he's back.
I bonked the ship door frame. Head hurts.
Did it remind you to turn into live? Because if it did, good door frame.
Yeah, that's convenient. M14 Randy, what is that? Schugert? I don't know what that is. Do you know what that is?
It's a Black Hawk Down.
Oh, it's a
Oh,
Black Hawk Down clone.
that would be very cool. I've
Yeah,
heard.
if you build that,
Pull up a picture, see you guys.
I got you. Oh my god.
Jeez, Eric.
This is working.
now it's caps. It's on all caps.
Oh, dude, yeah, with the.
Oh yeah, that'd be hard.
Here's-
Yeah,
here's
I
the
think you
scene.
should. I think you should do it. That'd be really cool.
I personally like the Car 15 build out,
This guy.
but I love the Car 15. I just think it's such a cool
Yeah,
gun.
it's pretty sick.
But the Black Hawk Down M14 is just one of those iconic guns. It's just such a clean build. There's not a lot going on. There's not a lot on that thing, and it's just such a cool, good build.
I agree.
I love it.
eHouse says iPro doesn't really need more innovation, to be honest. People just need to buy a good set that fits them properly and have a good anti-fog solution.
I agree.
I
Yeah.
thought he was gonna say iPro is outdated. You don't need it.
iPro's outdated. Just squint.
yeah, the brain
Safety squints.
the brain exploder lower was nice. Just the look and style was kind of meh.
Yeah,
I can agree. I think the concept was fantastic. How it was just a free float
I think
and it was easy.
if people wouldn't have gone towards more of a glasses style of iPro, because I think that just got adopted very easily, especially when ESS came out with the crossbows for a much cheaper price than the Oakleys. I think the second that good glasses style iPro became affordable, the brain exploder kind of became a little bit defeated because the point of it was to attach it to goggles, and that wasn't really happening. And he was capitalizing on a trend that a lot of people were doing, where they were cutting mesh mat lowers and fitting them to goggles. So it made a lot of sense, and actually it worked really well for that application. I just think he kind of got on at the end of the wave with it. So
I think a lot of people still run goggles, and if they need a lower.
Oh, it's one of the best lowers. It's fantastic. It's very breathable. It's good. It's very flexible too.
Yeah, we do have 2 really good questions here.
Okay.
We'll stick with the lower and iPro first, and then I'll come back to the VFC question. Ehal says, most heinously unsafe eye protection setup you've ever seen in use.
The mesh as iPro, literally just. Oh no. Okay, I will get to that one. That one's bad.
I wish I could superimpose like images.
So somebody made glasses with just mesh on them. That is probably the most heinous, most cursed thing ever. However, what Eric just brought up is like, if you guys have ever seen the lower with the
it looks like
soft
a
sides.
beekeeper.
Yeah, and then there's the full like fencing beekeeper face mask that somebody made, which if you wear like safety goggles underneath it, it's great, but like that completely defeats the purpose of what I think it was intended for.
It just looks so cool.
The thing is like with mesh, right? Like people are like, oh, it's mesh, it's breathable, it's great, but like if a BB fractures on that metal, yeah, they'll just explode shards of plastic at your eyes.
I think my favorite one, or the worst one I've seen, were they had the mesh glasses that were smaller.
Yeah.
But then they also made like a mesh ESS style goggle.
Yeah.
So it was really, really, and it wasn't like woven mesh.
It was just
like a
grit.
thin sheet of metal with like holes in them. And I remember watching a video years ago where like it was 3 shots and a BB would go through it.
No. I know another heinous one is there's a few companies on Amazon that are advertising Oakleys for sale that are ANSI rated Oakleys, and they 100% are not ANSI rated, and they will get shot and fracture. But that one's like, that's more cringe on somebody selling it that way than actually using it. The mesh over the eyes will do it for me. Like that is just like, please stop. Don't do that.
The classic.
Safe face masks were fine.
I know, they're just so good. Dude,
They're not unsafe.
Everybody used to use like these.
They're just hideous.
They're just so they're just so over the top.
Whatever happened to them? Nobody ever. I never seen.
I think
them.
people just stopped buying them.
The other thing that was always heinous was seeing someone with just like
Ooh, here you go.
normal safety glasses.
Yep, that kind of thing. Yeah, no.
Like just cheaply bought like Home Depot safety glasses. And sometimes I'd see those, you know, those all clear like painting
Yes.
goggles.
Yes.
I've seen that.
Yes.
And
Or
it's
the ones they have in science class where they're rubber. So like you.
that's what I'm talking
Yes,
about.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
like,
funny is like those. So what's really funny is they're ANSI rated, but they fog so quickly
Oh, I
that
know.
they're so unsafe because you're just gonna keep taking them off because you can't see.
I don't.
What's more heinous, the like pretending that mesh is going to work, or wearing something you know is going to fog and you can't be safe at all with it?
That is a very evil question.
Like, what's worse? I almost feel like the mesh is probably still worse because like you think you're being safe.
Yeah, but at least I can see if like, you know, sometimes you can see a BB coming, you can like, you know, like kind of.
Yeah, versus literally just absolute
like-
fog.
You know, and the next thing you know, you just get absolutely like.
Or you just step wrong because you can't
Yeah,
see.
and then your face goes into a stump. I
Like-
think I'd take the mesh.
Here's a question.
I actually might think the mesh is safer. It might be safer in that case.
Yeah, because the rubber on the side of the goggles isn't stopping anything.
No, it's not either. You're right.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that.
Mhm.
If you were blind from injuries, like your eyes are just like exploded grapes in your head, would you run around and not use iPro?
I don't think.
I don't
would
think
play.
that matters. I think I would only be able to play indoor with echolocation.
Yeah. Well, you have instead of a heartbeat sensor on
Okay,
your gun, you have like when it goes over somebody, it goes.
And you just
you
fire.
start shooting like.
Airsoft's for everybody.
Indiscriminately. So Eric just asked, if people could not hear it with the microphones, Eric just asked if you were a blind person because you already got your eye shot out from wearing mesh glasses.
No, if you were born or
Born-
had an injury.
If you were a blind person trying to play Airsoft.
I don't think. Let's ask this question: if you lost your vision from Airsoft, would you come back to it? I don't think so, Tom. So we're talking about possibly born with
Revenge story.
Yeah, villain.
Villain arc begins.
Yeah. I think you would still have to wear eye pro because I think your eye sockets are still very vulnerable.
I think the only way you're allowed to do it is if you dress up like Daredevil.
That'd be hard. you just don't have the superpower.
Yeah, you're Daredevil of Airsoft, but you just don't have the super hearing.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Anyway, great question.
Very good question.
I love that.
Hyper tangent.
Yep. Vic goes, Pit Vipers are still the worst looking. And it's like, that's because you're like 47 years old,
Bro,
Vic. I
you
don't
went
wanna
through the
hear it.
phase already, so you think it's boring.
Bro,
Vic was alive when they were cool, when they were real glasses. Then they came back and he was like, that's dumb. Even though he's
Vic
trying to
doesn't-
skateboard again.
yeah, I was saying, Vic doesn't wear Pit Vipers skateboarding. Boo. Anyway, great question. E-House, you always come in with the absolute home runs, sending us on tangents down long
Those are
discussions.
Yes. No, he has some of the best questions, but he's also somebody who's been in it a while, so he can actually like give us.
What do you mean? It's his first year playing Airsoft.
Oh, bro, no, I thought he just ran his first game ever.
Really?
Yes,
Wow.
yeah.
Quite good. Built
Yeah, it's
quite a
quite good.
reputation in one game.
Yes.
This is a cool question. Do you think VFC will make any more gas LMG models with the success of the M249?
I think they will.
I freaking hope so.
I'm just wondering how.
gas
for-
blowback PKP.
For you guys that aren't in like the business side of Airsoft, I'm wondering if they'll do it because this year has been such a weird year. The 249 was a very expensive gas gun.
Yeah. Did we even get one?
No.
Yeah. So we can't even afford it.
But like it was a very expensive Airsoft gun. Are they going to make more? I think companies are always going to make those niche guns, like the Gustav. Like the Gustav is kind of a nicher gun that's expensive that probably will get phased out over time.
I agree.
I think companies are always going to do that. I think because they already have developed the system, it'll be much easier for them to reuse that kind of a system in the future. So I would say if anybody's going to make another one, it would be VFC.
Yeah.
Just because they could cut their development time
Right.
down for a PKB.
I think that would be sick.
That would be very cool.
MG4.
Yeah.
I could do an
It
MG4.
already exists though. You know.
Doesn't
VFC
I was
would
gonna say
have
doesn't a gas
No.
MG4 exist?
the AEG one exists.
Yeah, but
by
I thought-
VFC, so it would be easy hypothetically for them just to reuse.
In theory, yeah.
In theory.
Whereas they don't make a PKP or PKM at all.
That's a cool question, though. I hope they do.
Hang on. So back to the shotgun thing really quickly because I'm seeing all the comments now on YouTube. Wolverine shotgun has an HPA unit, and I already answered that. And then Aiden just hops in, demand for backdraft shotgun engine.
Oh, no. Dude, let's do it.
I think shotguns are something people want in Airsoft. They know the restrictions on them, and people are going to keep trying to make it happen. Because I think everybody wants it. I think Airsoft, it makes sense for it to be a thing. I think people want it. I think once they see it in the wild, I really think the Wolverine is going to start something. And I think the G&G has already started something, the Bullpup B10. I think most people, though, that I've talked to want a pump version of them.
Yeah.
That's the main thing that I keep hearing is it's cool that it's HPA, it's cool that it's gas, but they want a pump version. But I also don't feel like there's enough semi versions in the market, so I'm kind of happy that they went with the semi-auto version.
I think we'll just let time take its course, and it'll be good. All right. Send over your seamanship question. And we will
all
get
right,
to
all
it.
right.
Bring it back. We don't know the score either, so we're starting fresh.
Yeah, this is fresh seamanship.
So while you type that up, I'm going to answer another question. Have you heard of these? Thoughts on the 4 AU UAD buckings?
Oh yeah, the
How do you say that?
I'm assuming you're talking about like the Quattro or the Quantum buckings.
I've never heard of
Um,
those.
So I've tried a few of them. They've very similar rubber to a Maple Leaf, but different lips, which I think is actually an upgrade because the lips are not as long. The biggest problem that we run into with Maple Leaf buckings, even though we preach the hell out of buying them because they are some of the best buckings on the market,
They are.
the biggest issue we run into is that the lips are just like a hair, and I mean half a millimeter, maybe even a quarter of a millimeter too long for certain hop-up units, specifically a max hop-up unit. They're fine with stock hop-up units in most guns, but when you put them into a max, they're just a hair too long, and we have to file them down just a little bit with a belt sander when we install them. When you do that, then they operate perfectly fine. They're great buckings. But the cool part with the Quantum ones, I have noticed that their bucking lips are just a little bit shorter, which I think is cool. I think the rubber's really good. I think the contact patch is really good. I don't think their contact patch is as good as geometrically designed as the Super Macaron. The Super Macaron in my head, as far as an AG bucking goes, is still the best that is on the market right now.
It's kind of untouchable.
But I do think they are a very good bucking. I do not think they are worth the price that they are selling for. That is my only gripe. I think they are double the price they should be. They're like $25 for a bucking.
Are we going to get them?
We should be getting them in because people want them, but I do think they are overpriced.
Vic wants them.
I think they're good. I've heard nothing but good things, and I've done a little bit of testing on them. They seem like I said, just on par with a Maple Leaf, which is kind of my bar to compare because that, in my opinion, is the best bucking on the market right now. But when the best bucking on the market is also half the price of the new entry, I have a hard time recommending the new one if they're similar performance.
Okay, we're going to answer our seamanship question.
All right, what is?
And then we're going to get back to our airsoft questions.
All right, what is the seamanship?
Eric, why don't you read it so then we have a fair...
Yes.
On a right-hand turning propeller, which way will the stern of the ship walk when initial astern, backwards, thrust is applied? A, to the right, B, to the left, C, forward, D, will not move.
I'm going to read this for myself.
Yeah.
On a right-hand turning propeller, which way will the stern of the ship walk when initial astern
The
backwards?
answer is port.
My final answer is B.
That would be port.
Okay.
To the left.
Port.
That's what I'm going to the left.
All right, we're all B. We're all B except you, Wes. What are you saying?
Yeah, it is. It's B.
Alrighty.
Yeah. All right, final answer. Lock it in.
We're
B.
all right or all wrong.
All right. Boats.
Boats. I love boats.
Dude, I'm a big boat guy.
I used to
I mean,
row.
how long have I been watching those videos?
I played a D&D campaign when we were pirates.
Oh really?
Captain!
That's all. No, I know.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The answer is B. We were all right.
Hey,
Good
we're off to a
job.
good start.
1-1.
1-1.
Ethan.
We're seamen.
We have officially become seamen. Thank you for your question. It's good to have you back.
Oh, I always love doing this. Thank you.
They are fun. Vic says, how are the backdraft engines?
Fantastic.
Didn't even...
Fantastic. Period.
It's the only HPA engine I haven't installed and tested yet, and Kind's contemplating it. Learn to type, dude. You're on your phone all day. He's contemplating it.
Immediately buy it as soon as our restock comes in, which is probably this week, FYI. For people in the live. Definitely buy one. I really think it's going to change how a lot of other companies focus on the market. I really, really think that. I really think HPA needs to become more affordable. And I really think that there's a lot of performance to be gained. I really think there's a lot of good things happening. How long have we been promoting HPA as a company? 12 years, probably?
2007.
Well, 2007 is when we started the company, but as far as
Yeah, but-
HPA,
We
wanna say like
we started
3
working
years.
with Polar Star in 2011.
so we're 17 years old. So like 11, or sorry, 13 years.
13 years.
12, 13 years, we've been promoting HPA as the way to get more performance, and I wholeheartedly still stand by that. I think after 11 years, there should be more affordable options than what is currently, before the backdraft came along, on the market. And you could take that to every single person that makes an engine and quote me on that. I will say it to all of them. Because I really, really do think we need to make it more affordable.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely one of those things, like we've said, that the technology is advancing, which the cost will kind of fall as the technology is easier to...
AGs are so much more competitive with the performance, and their cost has come up as that performance has increased, but I feel like HPA systems should be coming down in price, at least to the consumer anymore. Now, you look at the Kythera, as if you want to look at Polar Star, the Kythera is their lowest priced engine they've ever come out with. So they are trying to come out with a low price engine. Even Wolverine, the Reapers originally were a very low price engine.
Yeah.
And so they both have come out, the biggest guys in the industry making HPA engines, they have come out with lower priced stuff, but I know that we could probably get something else that's even lower priced, good stuff, but they're going to be competing with themselves. I think that's the biggest problem.
Yeah, we don't want it to be so cheap that these companies don't make the money to continue to innovate.
Yeah.
So, but nonetheless, if you compare it to, back when the Fusion engine first came out and the very beginning of HPA, you guys might think it's expensive, but you were never around when it first began, and it was...
There's no way of filling the tanks, the regulators, we were borrowing everything from paintball.
Regulators were this big.
Yeah.
It wasn't even possible. As a kid, it wasn't even possible for me to acquire one.
No.
I mean, to ask my parents to fucking buy BBs every week was like...
I remember when I bought my Fusion engine, I literally waited for my birthday, Christmas, and then Easter, and I literally didn't do anything with that money and waited till literally birthday, Christmas, Easter happened, and then I was like, I'm buying a Fusion engine.
Yeah.
It was just so, in the mind of a child, it was so...
it was so unobtainable.
I was in it for years before HPA even became the table.
You know what made it become attainable for a lot of people was the Redline N7 Milsim. That was another low-priced entry. And the SMP. The SMP made it more attainable, too.
Took my answer. Yeah, the SMP was definitely the reason I did.
Yeah, the SMP was definitely and it was more, it was easier to install than a Fusion engine at the time.
I mean, it was new, too.
Yeah.
You're talking about, I can put it in more things because it goes into the gearbox. It was a good time to be alive.
Use a straw with a BB and blow out the BB, cheapest HPA engine out there.
This is true. This is true.
It's low power air.
I love it.
OPA.
The next step in airsoft shotguns should be semi-automatic SPAS 12 with a pump action option, just like the real one.
I think the technology that we've seen come out this year, specifically this year, that is actually attainable. Now, the licensing for it, the manufacturing of the body and everything, that is going to be hard to do. But I really do think with what technology exists right now, that's actually very possible to do. I think that would be very doable.
I agree. Vic asks, is the backdraft closed bolt, open bolt, single or dual solenoid?
Single.
And as to date, in my opinion, the Fusion engine is still. The best engine all around minus cost.
So
somehow
it's not a Fusion engine, right, Vic? It's not. It's a single solenoid open bolt system. It's more akin to a Jack or a Pulsar S. The reason I didn't say Inferno is because that's a hybrid nozzle design. It's very, very similar with performance to the Pulsar S and a Jack from Polar Star or the F1. If you look at it from that perspective and you install it, you see how you like the performance, and then you look at the price breakdown of it compared to other single solenoid options on the market and the feature set that it comes with from the factory, I think it's absolutely worth the price. I think the performance is very, very similar to a Jack, an F1, or a Pulsar S.
No, there you go.
That's my take on it.
It's cheap, Vic. We better see you Saturday.
You better come. You better be rolling in here with the
Friday
skateboard.
night, Vic. Let's see. Let's play some indoor airsoft.
Yeah, come play. Come play toy guns. All right, what else do we have here? What is the thing you feel has changed in airsoft the most over the years?
It's a good segue question for what we're just talking about.
I want to say pyro. Like I think the use of pyro has changed a lot of different games, but not open play. I think that's about the only thing pyro really hasn't touched, because a lot of open plays don't really allow it the same way a Milsim does.
So we allow it.
Yeah, we allow it. We allow it at the field because it's cool.
We're unhinged.
We're a different breed. But I would say pyro's the biggest change I've seen as far as airsoft goes. I mean, outside of, I'm gonna not say another one because you haven't said your thing yet. But
Thinking of how I'm going to justify my mindset.
okay.
So you can keep rambling.
My other
for a
one would
second.
be Speedsoft itself. The tournament style of play of Speedsoft has been the biggest change over the years. Milsims have existed for a very long time, and they have changed a lot as well. How the game is played, how they run Milsims, different companies doing different things. That has changed a little bit, but at the heart of it, it's always still been a Milsim game. You're trying to do green versus tan, right? You're trying to do NATO versus Rust 4. You're trying to do something that's simulating military game that's more serious than an open play, right? That's what a Milsim kind of really is. Speedsoft over the last, I want to say 5 to 6 years has really started to become a different style of play that I feel like a lot of indoor players were kind of pseudo doing for the longest time, but there wasn't this tournament style based around it, and it's now gone into its own direction. So I would say that's probably the biggest cultural shift in airsoft, has been going not more towards, but opening up this other avenue of a dedicated play style that is Speedsoft. That would be the biggest change I would say in the community has been.
I think the other one too is night vision. Night vision was kind of, you saw 1 or 2 tubes at like a big event, maybe 5.
Yeah.
And now you see 5 without
Yeah.
tubes.
Yeah.
And I think that's a huge change, and it changes how the games are played, and the equipment needed, and the things that people need to purchase to play, and it's kind of a snowball to a degree. I think it's I think it's good.
I think it's great. I'd like to say that us and Night Vision Inc. If you guys don't know who Night Vision Inc. is, played a very large part in the airsoft industry, getting more into night vision and having access to night vision through rentals. Night Vision Inc. was one of the first rental companies in at least the airsoft sphere for night vision, and then we kind of also started doing that as well to get it in front of people and have it be more accessible to people.
Yeah, I think never in my wildest dreams, 10 years ago, I would assume this many tubes would be out at like random events. I mean, even like local play with a night portion, you see tubes.
Yeah.
And that was like unheard of years ago. So I think that's a big one for me. That's mine. Very good question. Very good question. I hope I can come out and see you guys this Saturday and give Tom more AK parts. You show the boys the heat wave visual stuff? Question mark.
No, I didn't show him yet. Bring him out if you're coming. Steve, just come out. I know you might have something. Just come out, hang out. If you are coming out, come out Friday so you can actually come and hang out with us at like the before stuff, because I'd love to have you out and just hang out with us at the before stuff, dude. So just come out and hang out with us, man. It'll be a great time.
Yeah. Looking into the Gate Pulsar D, any experience with it so far? It doesn't seem to be working well from what I have heard.
Okay.
We only have 8 minutes, so don't.
Okay, I'll be very quick
Go
because we should
ridiculous.
talk about Bolt Bash. Okay, so
Yes.
Pulsar D, right?
Yes, the D.
I'm going to start out with the good, and then I'm going to start out with the bad, and then I'm going to start out with and then I'll do what they're fixing, because I already know they're making a bunch of changes. The Pulsar D is the only other dual solenoid system on the market that is not made by Polar Star. in the U.S. I'm going to say, because I think there was one in Europe. The biggest benefit to buying the Pulse RD is the Titan 2 that it comes with, and you can run that with any HPA unit. So I think the Titan 2, as far as upgrades to HPA units in the past few years, is the biggest upgrade to HPA units across the board in the last few years. I think it's probably the best FCU/trigger board upgrade you could do to any HPA unit. That is the highest level of recommendation I can give to any product. It is a great, great, great product. And the Pulse RD comes with one. The Pulse RD itself, the HPA unit, has had a lot of issues since it's been released. Partly because of the nozzle design. They tried to do a cool feature, and it's really cool on paper. I think they did do a lot of testing with it, but when it comes to install, it's a little bit finicky. What they did was they put a tappet plate on it. And the idea was to have something to sense nozzle position at the trigger board with a optical sensor. Very smart, really cool idea to kind of play around with feeding issues. Mid-cap syndrome was another reason they tried to do that, which was a really cool way of trying to innovate around it. Yeah. The other thing that it also allows you to do is reuse your AEG nozzle onto the tappet plate, which is a really cool thing when you're worried about nozzle length.
Yeah.
So you can pretty much just reuse your own.
Yeah. So
that's a really, really cool feature on paper. There also was a little bit of oversight in how many people use G&G gearboxes and Specna gearboxes, and the way that they are cut is different than SEMA gearboxes and a few other brands of gearboxes, VFC gearboxes, Crytek gearboxes. The tappet plate design that they went with wasn't cut properly to accommodate those gearboxes, and so it rubs a lot in an area that we normally don't have to modify the gearbox in.
Right, so now you're creating more.
There's a lot more for the customer to deal with when installing that they're not aware of, and so that's why a lot of people are running into issues. You can Dremel in a dream around it, and you can make it work. They can work. They are very good units when you get them working. They are one of the hardest units to install currently. They've already come out with a revision for the tappet plate, which is awesome. So I'm not gonna rag them on that. They are trying to make that work, and I think it's going to be a really good system once they get it fleshed out. If you guys have followed Gate throughout the year, they have kind of always done this thing where they develop a product, get it to market, there's some bugs, and they develop around those bugs, and then about, I want to say a few months later, they have a really good product.
If there's one thing Gate does is they're always listening to feedback and changing and making it work from real experience. So,
but right now, as the product sits, as today on this live, there are problems with that unit.
Yeah, for sure.
There's a ton of positives, and if you can get somebody who's proficient in installing them, us, other people, you can get them installed and they perform on the level of an F2. They might outdo an F2.
Wow.
But
never shot one.
They are one of the most headache-inducing units to install. I will fully say that.
Interesting. Wow. Well, I hope that answers your question.
I'm never not going to be real with you guys.
No, yeah, absolutely. Did you guys know that this Saturday,
oh my God,
after talking about it for many, many, many lives,
ad nauseum,
is the Bolt Bash? This Saturday. I mean, we're talking not after next live, like
72 hours.
Hours.
Yeah, it's hours away.
Yeah, hours away.
We even have a food truck.
We have a food truck.
We have a food truck.
We have a food truck.
Or, dude, did you see Wendy's has the Krabby Patty meal?
No. What?
Yeah.
What?
There's a collaboration with Wendy's and SpongeBob.
So there's a Wendy's right across the street from the Bolt Bash if you want a Krabby Patty meal.
No, go support the food trucks.
Please.
That's the way to do it. But seriously, guys, this Saturday is the Bolt Bash. If you haven't seen it by now, I don't know what you're doing. You're probably using mesh goggles and can't see. So the Bolt Bash is this Saturday. Make sure you show up. Bring your stuff to sell. Buy things. Win things. Meet people. Play Airsoft. It is going to be one hell of a day. So, if you guys do have any other questions, though, before Bolt Bash last minute, shoot us a DM on Instagram. Eric will give you an answer and try to iron everything out last minute. So, Eric, is there any last minute closing thoughts for Bolt Bash that needs to be said?
Come down, have fun. Buy some raffle tickets for a good cause.
Yes. Get raffle
Support
tickets.
The Run For Me Rose Garden.
Yep.
You'll get one for free anyway. You'll get a free patch. I have one right here. You can show it. I'll show it on camera if you. Ooh.
Ross is like, that is blowing out the focus.
You do get a free patch while supplies last. And
a lot of supplies. So.
Yeah, lots of supplies. We do also give a free raffle ticket to everyone who shows up, so you literally don't have to spend a dime.
Yeah.
It is a free day for the community, for you guys to come down, have fun, and meet people and talk to people that you wouldn't normally get to talk to.
Yep.
So
Crazy prizes. I know it's been said a million times, but like.
the stuff being given away is
Yeah, it's absolutely insane.
we should be checked into like a psych ward.
Yeah,
How
it's
crazy it is.
insanity.
Giving them away.
We're just giving them
away.
So, but guys, thanks so much, and please make it down here for Bolt Bash. We can't wait to hang out with all of you guys. We probably haven't seen in a few months, but please come down to Bolt Bash October 12th, and we'll see you guys this Saturday.
And join us every Wednesday from 1 to 2 p.m. for the Lunchtime Live.
We'll catch you guys. Thanks.
See you Saturday.